Hey y'all, Father Alex here. Hopefully you've been able to read Bishop Fabre's letter that was sent out by ParishCast on Thursday. If not, there's a link to the text below. Please stop watching this video and go and read that letter from Bishop before you continue on. Again, as you all read in Bishop's letter, Father Mark, over the past 2 weeks, has been leading the response to the coronavirus issue in our diocese. And since, as Bishop Fabre said, nobody can really be in two places at one time, Father Mark has had to devote most of his time, or all of it, to facing the coronavirus. Bishop Fabre has invited me to become part of the ministry team here at Christ the Redeemer, so I wanted to be able to introduce myself and get you to see me before you see me in other places. Many of you already know me because you had the great pleasure of watching me grow up here at Christ the Redeemer. Still more of you will know me as I filled in across the diocese over the last year and a half, and even more of you will know me from my work with Bishop Fabre over the last year and a half. However, for those of you who don't know me, and there are a bunch, I grew up here at Christ the Redeemer. My parents, my family, my brother, my sister still come to church here every Sunday. They are Don and Cindy Gaudet, and I know that I have just embarrassed them a great bit, but this is my introduction video, and they'll get over it. I graduated from Thibodeau High up the road in 2006. I then went to UL in Lafayette, and then I went to Nichols for a year, and then I finally settled on entering the seminary. In 2010, I graduated from St. Ben's on the North Shore, and in 2015, I graduated from Notre Dame, where I spent 4 awesome years finishing out my priestly formation. After I was ordained in 2015, I was assigned to St. Francis de Sales in Homa, and then I was assigned to St. Genevieve here in Thibodeau, just up the road. And then I was assigned to St. Anne in Berg, where I served for the first time as pastor and administrator. At the end of that time, Bishop Fabre asked me to join him in the diocese in order to assist him very closely. And so for the last year and a half, I have been serving side by side with Bishop Fabre and Father Mark and Father Simon Peter and all the good people at the diocese. From there, Bishop has asked me to step more directly back into parish ministry to help Christ the Redeemer get through the coronavirus issue. You guys are all used to having 2 priests of the parish, and so I'm coming to help that. I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I've always been passionate about learning and the things of the mind, and I'm going to be honest, I love to talk and love to talk with people, and I like to have really impassioned conversations about the things I care about and the things I think about, because I think about them very passionately, and I think about them with a lot of intensity. I also like books and movies and all that kind of stuff. From a young age, I learned that I like cooking and just food in general. I know that's overly simplistic, and there's a whole lot more about me that you'll come to learn over the next 2 or 3 weeks as we spend the time together through coronavirus. But that's a dramatically oversimplified version of who I am or what I enjoy. Now I want to address just a few questions that you might have. I think a lot of you are asking yourselves, are things going to change? And the reality is that things have changed a lot because of the presence of the coronavirus. You and I have never been through a pandemic like this before. So yeah, things are going to change. But there's one priesthood in Jesus Christ. There's one set of sacraments, and it's a pleasure to take the place of Father Mark here for this time and know that you're going to get the same priesthood of Jesus Christ from me and from Father Prentice as we walk together with you through the rest of the coronavirus issue. Is Father Mark leaving? Is this him saying goodbye? No. Bishop Fabre made it clear that this is for the duration of the coronavirus. We will see Father Mark again. However, in a very real sense, for the duration of the coronavirus, Father Mark is working for the diocese full-time. His position as Vicar General is consuming a lot of his time, and if you've been able to follow along with the other things that the diocese is putting out, you'll see that Father Mark has been working very hard in that capacity. Am I replacing Father Mark? Am I staying? Well, of course, for the duration of the coronavirus, it's certainly clear that I am replacing Father Mark as he works for the diocese as the Vicar General. But nobody can say when the coronavirus is going to end. And we will, I guarantee we will see him again after the coronavirus ends. But for now, I am taking Father Mark's place here at Christ the Redeemer until the quarantine ends. Now, I would be less than honest if I didn't say I have no idea when the quarantine is going to end. I don't know if it's going to be tomorrow. I don't know if it's going to be next week. I don't know if it's going to be April 4th. I don't know. And you and I, we're all going to have to adjust and be ready for what both the civil government does and what the diocese does with the current coronavirus thing. Now, on a lighter note, here's how you get a hold of me. You can always reach me at my Gaudet@htdiocese.org email address. But you can also reach me at askfatheralex@gmail.com. Brothers and sisters, I will be praying for you every day as I offer Mass. I ask you only that you would pray for me as well. And let's all continue to pray for each other. Stay inside, don't go where you don't have to go. Wash your hands. And one day we'll all be able to be back together again in the church. Y'all have a nice evening.